from the 39 now. They'll come up on a 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Lauletta. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Lauletta. That's complete to John Ross. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Now Austin. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, Newton. On the right side, caught by Green. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Taken in at the 11. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now this offense ready to head back out there. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Lauletta. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Alex Anzalone not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to air one out. They've got his man complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On second down, here's Barkley. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
That's right now.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Gun.
Now it's Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 34 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Lutz now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. The pitch goes to Barkley. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's going to have a first catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Brockers. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The toss out to Barkley. And he's got room. Room to run inside the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll fake it. Now Lauletta. And it's caught. Touchdown. Odell Beckham, a 14-yard touchdown. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Back to throw, Newton. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground as Saquon Barkley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Now Newton on 1st down. Green with a catch left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Newton. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Over. Watch him now, Barney.
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. In for the score. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. He finds an opening past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work. But when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises. And he's running with terrific ability right now.
On first down, it's Newton. Being chased out left. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On second down, Kamara. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Detroit!
Here's Lauletta now on second. Forced out to his left. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. first down carry for Barkley. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now it's Lauletta. Going for the deep ball. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ken Crowley. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara, big hold of the 30. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there out of Kamara. 82 yards. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement. Go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. And Newton's going to keep it. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Lauletta. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, here's Lauletta. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Kamara, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
All right, now, look at 56.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Lauletta to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. He's going to wind up and air it out. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Lauletta, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Lucky 56.
Here's Lauletta. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, Lauletta. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. There's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bifema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Saints on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey. 4 down. Gun. Do something.
Out of the gun. Newton. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here now the offense heading back out there. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes just,
blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Gun.
Now here's Lauletta. And the pressure gets to him again.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Gun.
Back to throw, Lauletta. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Lauletta fresh off the pick 6. He's going to go up top again. They've got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Lauletta looking for a first down throw. And this will be incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. It's Lauletta off play action. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Lauletta. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Lauletta, and this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. The busy night continues for Kamara. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
As to you said big 3rd down, I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Still going. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They only need a field goal. Obviously the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Saints. 54 yards. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And it's good. And on opening weekend, a field goal to win it as time expires. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it. And partner, this first week, this